having said all of that, I think Josh has already disclosed about 6 or 7 players of his 11 because of all the analysis he's done with their fast bowlers. So I think we'll move on to what we all think are our individual best 11s for the teams. So if Josh, since you've anyway given most of your players away, do you want to talk about your 11?
Yeah, for sure. So of course, opening, as I mentioned earlier, Yashasvi Jaiswal and Joss Butler, two batsmen who can get off to a very good start in the power play for us. Then we have Steve Smith coming one down. He needs to come in early because then he can anchor the innings and the batsman can bat around him. Then I want. Then you can have Sanju Samson and Robin Uthappa come down at 2 or 3 down. I personally would prefer Sanju Samson at 2 down and Robin Uthappa at 3 down. At 3 down, so coming at number 5. Then we could have Stokes in at 4 down and Riyan Parag at 5 down. Then we have Archer Gopal. Archer Gopal can be handy with the bat. They have been listed as all rounders. They can play that finisher role, although they're not proven at that point. But I feel like that's also another reason why they decided to trade in Krishnappa Gautam, because they thought that Shreyas Gopal could then play that role for the team. And then at the end, of course, we have Unadkat and Mayank Markande. So that would be my starting 11 for Rara.
Just one question, Josh. Don't you
Yeah.
think that Uthappa at 5 is a bit low for him to be batting?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say as well. Yeah.
I agree, but then where else would you bat him at 2 down? Because definitely we'd want Yashasvi Jaiswal and Butler to open, Smith to come down at 1 down. Uthappa did a bat 2 down or 3 down, I think, for KKR last season. Even though he didn't perform well, but we do really want him in the starting 11, given our low batting depth outside of our top 11. So, and I feel like Uthappa has to like adapt to that finisher role and hit in the later overs, because we know that, let's say Uthappa comes down after the 12th or 14th over, because let's say Smith anchors the innings till then. I feel like he can then immediately take on the finisher role along with Stokes and Parag to get us good runs at the end of the innings.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, so let's see what Kabir's proposed for his 11 then.
Oh, man. So I've got Joss Butler opening with Yashasvi Jaiswal, Robin Uthappa at 3, Sanju Samson at 4, and I think Sanju Samson, personally, I think he's going to have a very big year, and I hope that it moves him onto the Indian team at some point in time. He's on the fringes already, but I hope he does make his debut for the first team. I know he played in Zimbabwe, which doesn't really count. No offense to Zimbabwe. Steve Smith at 5, Ben Stokes at 6. Now 7 is what I'm like. I really don't know here. Do you play Riyan Parag? I'm not sold on him yet. Do you play like a finisher? Who is there? I'm going to go with Shreyas Gopal because I think he's the most reliable of the people who I know. And it gives you 6 bowling options. So you have Shreyas Gopal, then Jofra Archer, Ankit Rajput. Yes, no. I mean, I'll hear about this after I'm done with the next 2. Jaydev Unadkat and Mayank Markande. But let me just preface. I think Ankit Rajput is a very similar bowl to Mitchell McClenaghan. I think he gets wickets. I think he's fast. He bowls the kind of like hard length that isn't very easy to get away. I remember he got smacked. I don't know if it was like Kohli last year or whoever it was. He got smacked in one game, and that was pretty embarrassing. But apart from that, I thought he was pretty impressive. And I think that going forward, like the big sort of fast Indian bowler is very rare, and he could be quite a asset.
Any
I
questions?
just feel that Steve Smith batting at 5 is too low for him. I think the least I can see Steve Smith down the order is like 2 down, because normally when you're at 3 down, you really need to start getting those runs and attacking. And I feel like Steve Smith better suited to anchoring the innings, as I mentioned earlier. So of course it's interesting because the RR do have a lot of batsmen who are like who would like prefer to play in the top 3. But I would see Steve Smith 1 down or 2 down in the batting order. And yeah, I agree with you. Rajput can be a good bowler, but I don't see him playing with Unadkat. I feel like it's going to be one or the other. But yeah, he can be a good addition to the bowling lineup.
Go.
You want to go or should I go first?
I mean, I can go. No worries. My team's similar to Josh's. I don't have the same bowlers as Kabir mentioned. My same dilemma is, where do you bat Steve Smith? Where do you bat Robin Uthappa? It's not something I'm completely sure about right now, but given the fact that it's like a 2020 game and you really don't know what's going to happen, right? But I wouldn't want Steve Smith to enter when there are 3 overs left and he just kind of has to smack the ball around. But would I really want Robin Uthappa to be in the same position? No. But if I'm in that position, what I'm going to do is promote Ben Stokes. But I want Robin Uthappa to come number 5 when, you know what, we're 3 down, when RR is 3 down, and I want an experienced player there to kind of just control what's going on in the game, even if that is slowing it down. And I think in teams, like if you're playing a CSK or someone like that who do really well in keeping that run rate per over down, I think someone like Robin Uthappa in the middle order there would do really well. So so this is not like, I know it's incredible because they have such a good opening five that you don't know where to put it. But I think I would do the same thing as Josh did. Start with Josh Butler, then Jaiswal, their opening. I would put Steve Smith in one down because in my eyes, he's just too good to play any lower. I would go Sanju Samson because I really want him to have the time he needs to do well this season, especially because of his India prospects as well. I would put Robin Uthappa there really as someone to like stabilize if things go wrong. And if things are going great, I would promote Ben Stokes, who comes in right after him, and like let's be like go hit it out of the park. Same thing with Riyan Parag, who would come in, would be the seventh person in my team. Then I'm going with three spinners, so I'm going to get Shreyas Gopal as well. Then Jofra Archer has to be one of the best bowlers. You know, it looks like he's jogging in, and then he goes like 140, 150. It's ridiculous. I saw him live last summer, and he was incredible. Then I'm going to go with Mayank Markande, and then I'm going to go with Unadkat, who is for me a hit and miss bowler. But I think the reason I've chosen him is he has some IPL experience behind him. And I know we say this every year, but maybe this is his year. maybe. You know, especially with some of the younger Indian bowlers, I also think in terms of leadership and mentorship in the bowling side, he'd do well there. But
maybe it justifies that price tag.
Yeah, maybe. This time the price tag is only like 2 or 3 crores. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
So way too much for what he is.
Anyway, no. That team was mostly the same as Josh. So I'm assuming we got the controversies out of that team when we discussed Josh. So I'm going to give my team now, which is slightly different from all of you guys. So I got Butler Jaiswal opening. And then with the Uthappa, Samson Smith dilemma, I've gone slightly different from you guys. For me, it was who's the best stroke maker. He's going to bat at 5. And he's the one who can go and start hitting straight up. So I've put Uthappa at 3 because I feel you can't bat him low. He's not got the game anymore to go and bat lower than 3. I've got Smith at 4. And then I've got Samson at 5 because also we're talking about the Indian team and Samson wanting to get into the Indian team. If he's getting into the Indian team as a keeper batsman these days, his position is not going to be above 5. That Indian top order is too stacked right now with players. And I feel like him batting at 5 will give him a good opportunity to, as an audition almost for the Indian team, to see if he can perform. Then Stokes at 6, and obviously, as Noor said, if you're only 3 overs to go and you lose your third wicket, then Stokes goes up the order. And I love Riyan Parag. I thought I think he has a great head on his shoulders, and he comes across to me as a cricketer who's going to learn a lot, and he's very mature. Like in that Delhi game last year, they were all falling like 9 pins around him, and he actually stood there, made a 50, took them to a respectable 120. But I feel like he also gives like a couple of overs in case things are going badly. And then obviously Gopal and Archer. And then for me, the final, so Markande, I've gone for assuming that they want to play 2 spinners on every day. If not, I'll come back to that one actually. My last player on this fast bowler, I know everyone's gone for Unadkat, but honestly, I'm really not sold on Unadkat. We've seen him now on 2-3 seasons just flop since he left Dhoni at Pune. So I think at some point you've got to call it time and give someone else a chance. And I feel like in Kartik Tyagi, they've got a really, really good bowling prospect. He's a brilliant bowler. He's got the pace. He's got the skill. He showed it in the Under-19 World Cup. And I know people are saying he's a young man and you shouldn't throw these young people out there. But Bumrah, when he came in 2013, was a young man. No one knew anything about him. He came and he's Bumrah now. So, I mean, you have to start.
That's a big call on.
No, I'm not saying he's today's Bumrah. I'm saying Bumrah started as no one and now he's Bumrah, like Jasprit Bumrah for us. So, so Kartik Tyagi, I feel like they've got Tyagi and Akash Singh, who are both options. And if they want a more experienced option, actually for me, instead of Unadkat, I'd go with Varun Aaron. Because I feel like Varun Aaron has the pace to unsettle any player in the world. And I know he's inconsistent like Umesh Yadav, but I feel like Varun Aaron, like he played last year and a couple of days, he had some really good games where he took 3 or 4 wickets and he really unsettled the batsman. So I feel, I don't think Varun Aaron is a 10, 12 game player. He plays maybe 2-3 games, where you really want to just get a player in to pepper the batsman with pace and really target them. And I also feel like Markande is not going to play all games, because some places, some pitches will not be spinning as much. There you might want to play an Unadkat or a Mark or an Aaron or a Akash Singh instead.
What?
That's the team I'd go for. You guys can go in if you want.
Yes. Does anybody else want to go first before I grill on?
I mean, the Varun Aaron thing is just not an option for me.
I mean, come on.
As I said, Varun Aaron.
Where you're coming from, but dude, the guy can't. I mean, he's not even that fast anymore. And I mean, you compare it to Umesh Yadav, but Umesh Yadav he's like a force when he's coming in bowling at you. You know, Varun Aaron doesn't have that. And I'm also concerned. I also don't think. Look at the kind of conditions they're going to play in. Someone like Varun Aaron, the extra pace that he has is going to help the batsman, not hinder them.
So I gave this as a precursor before I said Varun Aaron that he's not going to play all games, and it's only on the pitches you want to use to really pepper batsmen. Let's say there's one or two batsmen who are bad against a short ball in the first in the batting lineup of the other team. You put Varun Aaron, give him 2 overs up top, just target that guy. If it comes off, great. If it doesn't come off, you don't have to bowl him again. And you can. It's basically what they used O'Shane Thomas for in the past, but they really don't have the option with O'Shane Thomas this time. So Varun Aaron is the Indian way to use that same tactic.
I have one more thing to add though. Sorry. Your Sanju Samson thing about like how he has to audition with the Indian team. I think the Indian team values runs more than they value making runs at a position. I think if you make a lot of runs batting at 3 or 4, I think they see that as you can bat at 5 or 6 and do the same thing. It's sort of the same thing they did with KL Rahul. And if Samson's trying to replicate what Rahul did, right? It's sort of the same thing. And if Samson can make runs at 3 or 4, it's the same thing. They'll just push him down to 5 or 6. Because as it is, a lot of batsmen who aren't the elite 1, 2, 3 will bat at 4, bat at 3 in the state games or county games or whatever it is. Then they get moved in ODIs, Test cricket, and D20s, whatever. They get moved down to 6. I think that's just natural. I think it's going to happen if he does play for India. I hope he does. But I don't think he necessarily has to bat at 5 or 6 to audition.
I get where you're coming from.